Stop. Do not scroll. Do not answer another message. Do not let another sound steal this moment. I chose this exact second to interrupt the noise around you because what you hear now has the power to change the direction of your entire week. If you ignore these words, you may spend the next 7 days wondering why your heart still feels heavy when relief was already reaching for you. Look at how your spirit reacted before your mind could explain it. That was not an accident. You have been carrying questions that no one else has heard. You have been searching for one steady voice in a world filled with echoes. So stay here, listen carefully. Every sentence is meant to slow the storm inside you until you remember that you are not abandoned. I have watched you carry weight that was never meant to become your identity. You smile before people ask how you are. You already know which answer will end the conversation quickly. You say, "I'm fine," because explaining your tiredness feels more exhausting than hiding it. You hesitate before opening certain doors, not because the door is heavy, because you wonder what disappointment might be waiting on the other side. I have seen the quiet sigh you release after everyone else falls asleep. No audience, no performance, just the sound of a weary heart asking questions it barely has the strength to finish. You wonder why every small task feels larger than it should. You wonder why joy seems to visit everyone else before it visits you. You wonder whether you have become invisible. But my child, nothing about you has escaped my attention. I noticed the trembling in your hands when nobody else did. I noticed how you replay old conversations, wishing you had spoken differently. I noticed how certain memories still arrive without permission. I noticed how you brace yourself before answering the phone because you expect more bad news than good. You have become skilled at surviving. Yet surviving is not the same as living. You learn to expect less from tomorrow, so today's disappointment would hurt a little less. You built walls that looked like wisdom but were really made from fear. You called it being realistic. I called it being wounded. There are nights when your room feels louder than a crowded city. Silence becomes a mirror. Every regret walks across your thoughts one more time. You count mistakes instead of mercies. You remember failures more easily than victories. You speak to yourself with words you would never say to someone you love. Listen carefully. The darkness surrounding you is not a grave. It is a nursery. Seeds are hidden before they are revealed. Roots grow before branches celebrate the sunlight. What feels buried is often being prepared. What feels forgotten is often being strengthened. Do not mistake hidden work for absent love. Just because you cannot measure my work does not mean I have stopped working. The deepest transformations happen where human eyes cannot reach. The strongest foundations are poured below the surface long before anyone admires the building. Now hear me closely, because the tone changes. There is something you must understand. My child, there is a specific door closing tomorrow that you are not prepared for. Do not fear those words. Listen beyond them. Not every closing door is a loss. Some doors protect you from rooms that would have stolen your peace. You have spent too much energy trying to reopen places I already released from your future. You keep knocking because familiarity feels safer than faith. Yet some opportunities carried hidden chains behind beautiful decorations. You saw possibility. I saw exhaustion waiting to introduce itself. Right now, beneath the surface of your life, obstacles are already moving. You cannot hear roots breaking through hard ground. You cannot hear mountains shifting one stone at a time. You cannot hear chains weakening before they finally fall. But silence does not mean inactivity. There are patterns ending that you have mistaken for permanent. There are fears losing authority. There are lies becoming too weak to control your decisions. The ground beneath your future is being cleared even while your present still feels crowded. Do not rush ahead of me. Impatience has a convincing voice. It whispers that movement always means progress. It tells you that waiting is failure. But rivers do not apologize for following their course. Neither should you. You have asked why certain answers arrived slowly. Because quick gifts without deep roots become quick losses. I refuse to build your future on shallow soil. I refuse to let temporary excitement replace lasting strength. Some storms were not sent to destroy you. They exposed cracks that success would have hidden. Pain became an honest teacher. Delay became unexpected protection. Waiting became quiet preparation. Remember this, not every battle deserves your attention. Some victories happen because you remained still while I worked beyond your sight. Your greatest breakthrough may arrive through the doors you never forced open. Now breathe, slowly. There is a truth you must carry deeper than emotion. What was stolen never reached your root. Only branches were touched. The life within you remained untouched. People misunderstood you. Dreams changed, plans collapsed, trust was broken. Yet the deepest part of who you are was never placed into the hands of those losses. They reached your leaves, they never reached your roots. Look at the oldest trees. They survive because their strength disappeared underground, long before anyone admired their height. Their greatest achievement cannot be photographed. It is hidden, so is yours. You have judged yourself by visible fruit. I have measured you by invisible faithfulness. You counted the harvest. I counted every quiet decision to stand back up. You counted delays. I counted endurance. Do not curse the season that taught your roots to search deeper. Without it, the next strong wind would have carried everything away. Depth is expensive, but collapse costs even more. So I chose depth. Slowness has not been punishment, has been mercy wearing work clothes. Every extra day has woven another thread into your character. Every unanswered question has stretched your capacity to trust beyond what you thought possible. One day you will stand inside blessings that would have crushed the person you used to be. That is why I waited. Not because I forgot you, because I remembered the future you could not yet see. Your value has never depended on applause. Diamonds do not become precious because crowds admire them. They remain precious, even while hidden beneath ordinary ground. You have confused visibility with worth. Do not make that mistake again. Lift your eyes. The horizon has been there all along. Clouds only borrowed it for a little while. They never owned it. Neither does your discouragement own your future. Now let peace enter the room. Not noisy excitement, not temporary emotion. Real peace. The kind that settles like morning light across still water. Unclench your hands. Feel your fingers relax. Release the pressure you have carried for so long. Drop your shoulders. Take one slow breath, then another. Notice that you are still here. Notice that hope is still breathing with you. I am not asking you to pretend everything is easy. I am asking you to remember that you do not walk alone. There is strength already surrounding you. There is wisdom already preparing your next step. There is courage quietly returning to your heart. Walk into tomorrow without borrowing fear from yesterday. Leave behind the voices that measured your life by disappointment. Carry only what builds you. Release what breaks you. May your mind find calm where confusion once lived. May your home become a place of quiet hope. May your sleep become deeper. May your decisions become clearer. May your heart remember that darkness cannot outlast the dawn. May your spirit stand steady like a deeply rooted tree beside living water. And before you leave this moment, anchor this promise inside yourself. If these words met you exactly when you needed them, leave the single word "Amen" in the comments. Not because one word creates a miracle, but because sometimes giving hope a name helps you remember it tomorrow. Go forward in peace. I am already walking ahead of you, and I have not forgotten your name.